So, welcome to day three. This is week three of day three. And what we're going to discuss for today is cognitive dissonance and confusion. So, let me first, I want to get together. So, I'll do that later. Let's just go ahead and just focus on the lesson at hand, and I can deal with that later. Well, you are making progress, and I'm happy that you are getting the lessons and the education that you are needing to overcome your challenges and things that are going on in your life. So, I hope that this is I hope this is helping you, and I hope you are happy that you are actually doing something for yourself and not worrying about someone else, but you're making progress and getting yourself better. So for today's lesson, what we're going to talk about is cognitive dissonance and confusion. This is some things that most of you guys don't even know about. I didn't even know about this until I started studying. So, like I said, what I learned, I want to share it with anyone who needs this information because not a lot of people go out seeking for help. You normally stay in a shell or in a bubble, and when it's time to get the help, you don't do it, and it becomes overwhelming, and sometimes it's too late. So hopefully this is something that's going to give you some insight on what you're dealing with in your relationship with a narcissist. So in a relationship with a narcissist, cognitive dissonance and confusion are common experiences for the victim. These psychological phenomenon can make it challenging to recognize the abuse and to make clear decisions about the relationship. If you're ever wondering why I cannot be focused on what I need to do, this is why. The cognitive dissonance. It's in your mind, it's twisting you up, it's making you think something that is not, and you're going back and forth with it. So I'm gonna go in depth with this. So here's an in-depth look into these terms consists of the cognitive dissonance in your relationship. I want you to really get a full understanding, okay? So what is cognitive dissonance, right? You want to know what that is. I already told you what it is, so we want to get deeper into it. So cognitive dissonance often occurs when a person holds two or more contradictory beliefs, values, and attitude, creating psychological stress and discomfort. So that's what cognitive dissonance is. It is where you hold two or more contradictory beliefs. One doesn't go with the other. Think about that. One minute you say, I don't need no man who's abusing me, and the next minute you're dealing with a man who's abusing you and you're making excuses for that abuser. That's what I'm talking about. And the values that you have as well as your attitudes. So this creates a psychological stress and discomfort. It makes you very confusing to yourself and to other people, okay? So that's what's going on with you. So conflicting reality. That's one of the things that it is. The victim holds the belief that the narcissist love and value them. Reinforcing it's a reinforced bomb. Remember the love bombing, okay? It's just back and forth of them treating you well and being nice to you and kind to you, and then of course they go back to their abusive ways. So basically they're going back and forth. They love bombing you, then they're devaluing you. That's what that is with conflicting reality. You cannot understand what is real and what is not real. Number two is justification of the abuse. This is what you do. I'm talking about you, okay? So to reduce the discomfort of cognitive dissonance, the victim may rationalize or justify the narcissist's behavior. They might think they might think to themselves that whatever happened in your past. So let's say if it's, you might think that whatever happened in your past is the reason why you're getting this treatment. No, 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 no. That's not on you, okay? Whatever's happening in your past has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with that person that you're with. So do not blame yourself. Don't go back and forth justifying what's going on with your situation. Believe what it is exactly what it is. This person is abusing you. They minimize the abuse. So the victim might downplay the severity of the abuse to align their perspective of the narcissist as a loving partner with the reality of the abusive action. This could sound like it's not that bad. How many of you guys said that to yourself after the person have hit you or after they said something nasty to you? It's not that bad. Or the other person have it worse. You know, his life is bad. He just can't get a break. How many times you have said that or you thought of that? So you rationalizing and you minimizing the abuse. And then hope for change. Hoping for change is dangerous. I want you to know how dangerous that is because the person is not going to change. A narcissist doesn't change. I said this before and I mean this. A narcissist does not change. It's just like a tiger not changing its stripes. But the thing with a narcissist is that they have to know that they're a narcissist and that they are wrong in their behavior. And they have to want to get the help. And not only wanting to get help, they have to seek the help and stay with it. They have to go through the process. It takes years for a narcissist to change. A narcissist does not change in months. They don't change overnight. They especially don't change in a week or two. It takes them years. I'll give an example. So it's been 4 years since I've been out of that marriage with my ex-husband. If I was to choose to get back with that dude, I will repeat that cycle all over again because I know he haven't changed. I know he haven't gotten any real help. Please. And even if he is seeking help, it's just something about the relationship that we had that would trigger those moments to happen all over again. Because some people start where you left off at. What I mean by that, you could have ended a relationship. Okay, no, let's take it another step. Have you ever noticed when you haven't seen a person in a very, very long time and you remember all these things about them? And when you get a chance to meet them, you take things back to where it used to be. You want to start things back off at where you left it at when you first broke up with that person or split ways with that person. That person probably have changed and you don't realize how much they changed, or you might have changed and you don't realize how much, well, they don't realize how much you have changed. The point I'm making is sometimes you bring old things back when they should be buried and stay buried. Don't dig up a grave, all right? Leave it where it's at. So holding on and hoping for change, holding on to the hope that the narcissist would change or return to the ideal version, the love bombing phase, can cause significant cognitive dissonance. The victim believes in the potential of a better future while experiencing ongoing abuse. That's why I say it's dangerous, because you really sitting there fooling yourself. That man is not going to change. The narcissist is just not going to change, okay? And number 5 is self-blame. The victim might blame themselves for the abuse, thinking, if I only were better or did things differently, they wouldn't treat me this way. They would treat the next person in the same way, okay? If they don't get any help, they're going to treat the same person, the new person, the same way they're treating you. It's not you, it's them. This self-blame helps reconcile the dissonance between the self-worth and the narcissist treatment. So you have to be careful with that. So let's talk about confusion. I want to get into that. So confusion is let me slow it down. I'm going a little too fast. Okay. Confusion in a narcissistic relationship is often the result of the narcissist's manipulative behavior, which are designed to keep the victim disoriented and dependent. You hear what I said? Confusion. That's why they do that. You might say, I don't understand them. Why one way it seems like things are going great and then all of a sudden they just switch. Well, that's what they do. That's their narcissist behavior. That's the manipulative behavior, okay? Confusion. That's what they do. It's to help them keep you in control. They want to keep you in line. How are they going to keep you in line if they don't switch things up on you? If they are so predictable in what they're about to do, then you become very smart to know their next move. Well, you're about to be smart because I'm teaching you. And you will know their next move because I'm teaching you. And you're learning it, okay? So remember that confusion is a part of their manipulative behavior. So this confusion consists of several elements. Let's go over those. Number one, gaslighting. We already talked about that. So understand what gaslighting is. If you don't remember, I will go ahead and let you know. So the narcissists frequently deny the victim's reality, making them question their own memory, perception, and sanity. Statements like, that never happened, you're imagining things, or you're too sensitive, are comments that they normally would use. Then number two is inconsistent behavior. The narcissist's behavior is unpredictable and inconsistent. Just said that, all right? Between extreme kindness and harsh abuse. You see how that's confusion? Yeah, it would confuse anybody. This inconsistency leaves the victim constantly guessing and on edge, trying to avoid triggering and negative behavior. Number three, mixed messages. Yeah, I dealt with this one here. This mixed messages. I was like, what? And now let me explain what I dealt with the mixed message. So it was times when my ex-husband would hate what I wear. Don't want me to wear certain things. Like, for instance, he don't want me to show cleavage or too much leg or anything in that nature, sexy-wise. And then one day he would wake up and say, I want you to be sexy today. Wear something sexy. And I wouldn't know what to put on because I was like confused. What do I wear? You don't want me to show cleavage. You don't want me to show my legs. So I would put on some regular pants and a t-shirt. You're like, that's not sexy. Wear this dress. And then the dress that he would choose would be the very dress that he said he hated. What the heck is wrong with you? So that's what I mean by that mixed message, okay? So the narcissist sends mixed messages praising the victim one minute and criticizing them the next. This keeps the victim confused about the narcissist's true feelings and intentions. Sometimes I wonder, do the narcissists do this on purpose? Or are they not aware of this is what they do? Or are they truly aware of this and this is a game to them? I used to wonder that, but then I realized that this is not a game. This is their disorder. They have a bad personality. Narcissism is a personality disorder, okay? It's the way they think and the way they feel, and they so mixed motion that's in them. They have a lot of turmoil inside of themselves. They don't know how to process it, so they just like come out with all this crazy stuff, and the person who's in the way gets the brunt of it. You get their wrath. So this is why I say they don't change. Not until they get the help. They need help to sort those things out. So adulation and devaluation, the cycle of adulation, love bombing. There's two words to that. It's actually the same, but it's love bombing. And devaluation creates confusion about the relationship's stability and the narcissist's true character. The victim is left wondering which version of the narcissist is real. You don't know. I'm going to tell you now. The version of the narcissist that's real is the one that's hurting you. That's the real them. So if you're in a lot of pain and you hurt emotionally, physically, any kind of way, if you're hurting, even if it's financially, that's still the same as emotional and physical, because you hurt in two different ways with finance. Keep you from having a place to live or lights or whatever the case may be. You physically can't have what you need. Emotionally, you know you need it, and then it's bothering you. So that's the real them. The pain that they are inflicting upon you is the real personality of the narcissist, okay? They're just using the kind part to throw you off. Triangulation. The narcissist involve third parties to create jealousy, competition, and insecurity. This tactic confuses the victim about their standing in the relationship and their value to the narcissist. You know, I be want to say when a victim is jealous of anything that a narcissist is doing, they need to snap up out of that, because it's really the opposite. That narcissist is jealous of you and what you have going on in your world that is completely not theirs. And that's the part that you have to come upon to understand, that you really have so much power. And he is siphoning your power to keep you from using it on him or her, whoever you with that's a narcissist. I'm going to mostly say him because I dealt with a he. I didn't deal with a she. But I do understand that they work the same way. Only difference is with a she is that usually the she is not that violent. Like, she really can't whoop that man unless he is like so passive and he's not going to hit her back. Then I can see her beating him up. But usually it's the man that's putting his hands on the partner. And then projection. Let's talk about projection. The narcissist accuses the victim of behavior, and the very behavior they accuse the victim of is the one they are exhibiting themselves. That really make you confused, right? Causing the victim to question their own actions and integrity. I want to talk about the impact on the victim. So with cognitive dissonance and confusion, these are the impact. This is what it does to you. All right? Emotional turmoil. It have you experiencing the constant state of emotional turmoil, feeling confused, anxiety, and uncertain about your own feelings and perception. You're not sure. It also has a decision paralysis. The confusion and cognitive dissonance make it difficult for the victim, which is you, to make clear decision, such as whether to stay or to leave a relationship. That's another reason why they do it, because they don't want you to be consciously aware that this relationship that you're in is unhealthy. They don't want you to be aware of that. So they want to confuse you and keep you in a state of confusion. And dependency on the narcissist. The victim become incredibly dependent on the narcissist for validation and reality checking, reinforcing the narcissist control. You constantly going to them asking them, is this okay? Do I look all right? That's not good. Stop it. It's time to pull back on that, okay? An erosion of self-trust. The victim's trust in their own judgment and perception erodes, making them more suitable to the narcissist. So it makes the narcissist be able to manipulate you. Now we're going to talk about steps to overcome cognitive dissonance and confusion. So let's talk about that. These are some of the steps that you can take to overcome it. We're going to talk about 6 of them. So number 1 is you're going to acknowledge the abuse. Recognize and accept that you are in an abusive relationship and that the narcissist's behavior is not your fault. That's first and foremost. You must recognize it and you need to accept it. It is what it is. Number 2, seek external validation. All right? You want to talk to trusted friends, family members, and a life coach or a therapist. See, I'm a life coach. We already talked about that. That's what you're here for. You're getting that information. I'm helping you. And there's more to come. If you need more than just the class, you can also reach out to me by going to the booking calendar. Book yourself a session based on my availability, when I'm available, and the time. Pick the time for yourself, and we can discuss whatever issues that you might be having or dealing with, or anything that you're concerned about, or any more validation that you need to be valuable. I will help you know your worth, know your self-worth. I will help you in that area, okay? Because I do know a lot of people struggle with their self-esteem. I understand it. I get it. It is part of the narcissist tactics. I get it, all right? So you want to make sure that you are reaching out to trusted family, friends, therapists, life coach, somebody that you can trust that can help validate you for who you are, all right? So number 3, you want to document the events. Keep a journal. That's why we're doing all this writing. That's why we're writing. You want to keep a journal of incidents and behaviors to help you see patterns in reality, and you want to realize it more clearly, okay? Then we have number 4, set boundaries. Establish and enforce clear boundaries to protect yourself from further manipulation and abuse. Number 5, you want to continue to educate yourself. That never stops. It always got to be ongoing. That way you won't fall behind. So you want to learn about narcissistic behavior and abuse patterns to better understand what you are experiencing. And then number 6 is focus on self-care. Prioritize your mental and emotional well-being through self-care activities and professional support. Understanding cognitive dissonance and confusion in a narcissistic relationship is crucial for recognizing the abuse and taking steps to break free from their grip. So that does end today's. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? So there's 2 things I want to do. I want to teach you how to meditate. I want to teach you how to center yourself. I want to teach you about mindfulness and practices for mindfulness. So that's what we're going to talk about. But I'm not going to do that for tomorrow. I'm going to do that actually in this day. You can do it for today, but you can also wait until tomorrow. It's a part of your assignment. Actually, the meditation is your assignment for this week, for week 3. You would do the video, and I will guide you step by step on exactly how you're going to do it. Just follow the instructions and my words, okay? And do exactly what I'm telling you to do. And it's not going to be easy at first. It's going to feel uncomfortable because you've never done it before. Maybe you have done it in the past, you haven't done it in a while. So it's going to feel a little uneasy. You're not going to be too comfortable with it. But over time, when you do it over and over again, this exercise is not a one-time thing. It's something that you do daily. Every day you meditate. Every day. If you want to get your mind right, if you want to start thinking clearly and get rid of this cognitive dissonance, the next video is going to be for you. You're going to use it every single day, and it's going to clear all that confusion up that you have going on inside of you. It's going to clear the confusion of what the narcissist keep trying to feed into you, and you will be able to break through all that noise and really get to center yourself to know who you are at your core value of who are you. You will know it, and nothing a narcissist or anybody else in this world will be able to say to you or tell you about yourself that you know to be true. You're gonna know it. So the next video is for you, okay? Make sure you do it every day. Do it in your spare time when no one is around, because you're going to need a quiet space. You cannot do it around a lot of noise or distraction. You have to be in an area where you're not going to be distracted for at least 10 to 20 minutes. I say 20 minutes. So if you know you have a good 20 minutes where no one is going to bother you, then you take the time to do the next video, okay? Thank you.